Hi, I'm going to show you how to log into a desktop environment via a web browser for the Tetralith HPC cluster for the course Connect and File Transfer as taught by NICE. I'm going to take a look at the documentation of our HPC center, which is NSC. We're going to take a look what a remote desktop environment is. And we're going to log into our remote desktop environment using a web browser. A remote desktop environment, it looks like this. It's a desktop environment but accessed remotely, as in from your home to an HPC cluster. It looks like a regular desktop environment. It's quite familiar. That's why I want to use them. It's quite familiar. Also, some applications absolutely need graphics, so then it's a no-brainer to use them. Why would you use a web browser to get there? Well, because you already installed one, very probably. Alright, let's take a look at the exercises. So let's take a look. So we're going to do Tetralith. And for Tetralith, this will be impossible because we cannot access Tetralith via a web browser. Let's take a look if we can conclude that. We need to go to the documentation of our HPC center, find the page about it, and then log in to it using a web browser. So the documentation of Tetralith is here. Here we have the NSC documentation. Put in a tab here. And what do we need to do with it? Yeah, find the remote desktop environment using a web browser. Let's do that. So this is the documentation. I'm going to search for remote desktop or something like that. Remote desktop. There. Here we see the word remote desktop clients. Thin link remote desktop client. This is the best one, I think. Let's click on there. And here we see that we need to use a program called a thin link, but there is no mention of a website to do it. Also, if I go a bit up to, yeah, these are clients to access it. Yeah, let's go to maybe it's this one. Here we have SSH, Linux clients, macOS. Yeah, so these are the things to log in with. And there's no such thing as a simple browser. So from here, we conclude that you cannot log in to Tetralith using a web browser. That means I have showed you that it's impossible to log in to a desktop environment of Tetralith via a web browser. With that, I conclude this session as part of the course Connect and File Transfer, which is taught by NICE. With that, I wish you a very good day. Bye.